Welcome into what is going to be our wine on wine, but it's not really wine on wine because we're actually ranking Blue Jays players today. We do this annually. We did it last year. It did very well. You guys really enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. But it's kind of in place of our wine and wine, which is typically our Friday evening Q&A. We are drinking, so that's kind of making up for it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it is kind of a Q&A because I imagine everybody who's watching this live is going to participate and kind of talk about, well, where we think everybody belongs and all of that. So we're going to rank all the guys. We got our tier list ready to go. I'm your host, Nicholas Playlog.
I'm your host, Untitled. Yes, so we got our tier list. I'm going to flip to you in just 1 second, but I want to shout out people who are coming into the live stream.
Shout out.
So far, we got Luca, and we got Baseball Productions. If you're just joining us, make yourself known in the chat. All right, so today we're going to be using this lovely, lovely tier maker. Y'all have seen us use it in the past. If you guys are OGs, you've probably seen other baseball YouTubers use it as well, and like other people. So let's look at what we got right now for the tiers, and then we'll go through it. So right now, Hall of Fame, 94 plus. So if you're familiar with video games, they all have overalls. 94 plus for me and Nick feels like that's a guy who should be a Hall of Fame.
That's like pretty good. I mean, I was, for my work today, actually making some videos about NHL and how NHL 23, they just released their overalls for everyone. And I think that in the 94 category, there was Connor McDavid, Austin Matthews, Nathan McKinnon, Cale Makar, and I think Vasilevsky, and I think that was actually like there was 5 guys. There's 5 guys in the whole league who were 94 plus. You know?
And those guys played like Hall of Famers last season, and are on the pace to be Hall of Famers. Cale Makar's young, but like I mean, if he keeps up what he's doing like that as a defenseman, like amazing. And
then you had a few more guys coming in at 93, like Roma and Yossi, and like a few other. I actually thought Yossi should be a bit higher. He was elite last year. Anyway, regardless, that's completely otherwise. But like. Moving on to the elite category, 87 of 93 overall. That's kind of like pretty much every single day you're coming to work, you're doing what you got to do. You're doing it at a higher level than the average individual. You know, like you are really putting up right now. When we are in, and I don't want there should be no fault to an elite. You know, like, I don't even know. I haven't even thought about this yet, but I don't even know if we're going to have a Hall of Famer. I just want to throw that out right now.
I was thinking about
so it's like,
that too.
I just want to throw that out there, right? And so it's like, but an elite player is like, you're really fucking good at baseball right now. You're an all-star. You're doing good. You know, maybe you're hitting 300. Maybe you got like 100 RBIs in the year. I don't know. But like, really good players.
Yeah, and then to round it off, we got starter. We all know what that means. You're a starter. You're good. You're solid. You put you in the lineup every day. Bench. Don't really like you being in the lineup. We have to if you do it, and we can kind of do it a little like within the tier, like its own little tier.
Because there's definitely a big difference from a 79 to a 72. You know, like a 72 is basically like, I don't want to ever see you. I don't want to know about you. A 79 is like, well, like I wish that you were better, but I'm not like totally butthurt that you're here right now. Like if our whole lineup was you, we'd be in big trouble. But you know, if you're batting 6th or 7th or 8th, I'm okay with it. You know?
And then we got the Bradley Zimmers category, which I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
Can't be having
garbage.
It. Yeah, like I don't.
Can't have this
we don't want you even on the roster. You don't deserve any money at all. I don't know why you decided to play baseball in the first place.
Absolutely.
So we do need to go live later this evening to watch the game. So we got to head into this right away, and we might as well just start at the beginning. Is this done alphabetically, or is this just like how is this done?
I think it is based on the way it's important.
I thought it might have been. Yeah, it kind of looked that way. So, either way, number 1, we got Anthony Bass leading things off.
How do you feel about Anthony Bass? My initial reaction is this guy's pretty dang good. I mean, in his career, and here's the thing, like we're kind of being based off the last couple years, and especially this last season. So you got to take it all into consideration.
Actually, yeah. So I do wanna ask you then, like, what is kind of the definitive? Because we didn't talk about this before this video. Is this just like rating the Blue Jays players from this year? Is this rating the Blue Jays players from this year only comparing them to themselves? Is this comparing them to the whole league? You know what I mean? Like how
kinda
do we
like think of it just like you're comparing it to like I don't know like to themselves and the league. It's like, you know, like what is this quality player? Like what should they be? Like what is this, right?
So in that regard then, because I think this is a very contentious one right here. Anthony Bass, in my opinion, like for this year, definitely elite. Like high elite, probably, high elite. You know? Over the course of his career, you know, not that way. So I think this is one to like really like whatever we're gonna do, let's set the tone right here. And
yeah, exactly. So like for me, how I look at it, it's like, okay, so before this you were like a low starter, very low. And then like as he's proven it, he pushed himself up. Like this last year, he's been nothing but like high elite. So for me, I feel like he's gonna fall somewhere in the high starter category.
I think we gotta go elite, dude.
Elite?
Personally, I mean, like if I'm just going off of like if we're really talking about this season, you know, and like what they've done this season. I mean, Anthony Bass is like, when I see Anthony Bass take the mound, I'm like, elite. We got them.
Yeah.
We got them. You know, like, I trust him. So.
Fair enough. Okay, low elite, like an 87.
Yeah, 87. Yeah, he's dominant, dude. He's dominant right now. Jose Burios is next, dude. And
really I'm gonna look at this?
Yeah, I mean, like it hurts. It does hurt, guys. I actually took him for those of you who follow along with the wheel that we spin every single week. We guess, we pick players. I picked him for ERA this week. He just got absolutely annihilated. I'm obviously gonna lose that category. He sucks this season. He absolutely sucks this season. And frankly, I don't think he's a starter.
I'm scared. Yeah,
I don't think he's a starter.
Look, he obviously started this season. He would have been like, you know, upper starter, maybe
upper starter, low elite, right in that category.
Now he's just so bad.
But I mean, this is a horrible, horrible year. And when you look at those numbers, for me, like if we weren't paying you the money that we're paying you, you'd be in AAA.
Yeah,
you'd literally be in AAA.
Well, we got Aaron saying a mid starter. For me, it's like I want to say he's like an 80 because like he went from here and he just dropped so heavily.
I don't think we can do.
Like
he's got to be bad. Look at his ERA.
I know, but he still somehow wins games.
What's his WAR?
His WAR is negative 0.6.
That's not a starter, man.
Yeah,
it's got to be bad. Like
79.
79. I love Jose Burios.
79. I'll go 79.
Him in fantasy, but like fuck this guy.
Go service Burios bench. You can at least end innings. Yeah, no, it's fair. Okay, we'll say 79, 78. How about that?
Sure.
We have to. Like, it's like he had such a track record, and then like this season's gonna push him down.
Right.
He's still got an opportunity to go back up. You know, but we'll see.
We'll see what's up. Bichette right now. Bichette's had a very interesting season. It's only just kind of started like kicking off and being elite right now. So it's definitely an interesting one. Like,
definitely an above average hitter. His defense has gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
For me, like last year he was elite for me, and now this year it feels less. Still a great player,
right?
You know, like our lineup would be so different without this guy. You know, 42 doubles, like that's crazy. You know, 50 plus multi-hit games. Like this guy feels like he can be elite at any point. Like, what do you think?
I mean, I think that Bichette, in my opinion, like when I see him. This last month has obviously played a big part in this now, because he was dropping fast, in my opinion. But like, I think he's probably an 87.
Yeah, I was gonna say like he feels like a low elite to me. Like when we think about NHL 18,
right?
Like red low elite thing, and he's an 87.
Now here's the thing. I've come to realize why I think Anthony Bass is higher than him, because Anthony Bass is a reliever. And in my opinion, relievers, because like it's so hard to build a track record as a reliever. I feel like relievers, when I look at them, it's like this season means the most.
Yeah, true.
So like when I actually think about Anthony Bass, I look at him and we're going backwards right now, but I kind of look at Anthony Bass right now as a 90. Just understanding though that it's like because he's a reliever, if he comes out, he'll drop fast. It'll rise quickly. It's like I think it's a bit different from like a position player like Bo, where it's like you play every single day and like you get a lot of opportunity and you know you have wiggle room.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, all right, Kevin Biggio, moving on. Kevin Biggio. I mean, I think I even said it the other day. He's a good bench player. And I think that's kind of where I'm sitting at.
I do believe that's where I'm.
He's kind of falling a bit, but he is a bench player.
Dropping. He is
like for me, I think it's in you pretty easy. Like this guy's like a 77, 76. Like,
70, probably 76. I mean, like I'll be honest. Yeah, like I thought his stats were actually rising
he's
a bit.
Been cold.
But he's been very cold, and I mean. I think that is the big problem. It's always been the big problem. It's a 202.
But
you know,
it's like he has some skills. He's got very big versatility in the defense, and he can also work a walk. So he's a 77, 76.
I'm not happy, or I'm not upset that we have him on the team. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not upset that we have him on the team.
He's a bench guy.
He is literally like the definition, I think, of a bench dude. Is Kevin Bichette.
All right, now Bradley.
JBJ. This guy could fall into the category.
His bat is too shit to warrant the defense, and he has made an error for us. Honestly, this is our first Bradley Zimmer here, folks.
Yeah. So for me, like, if we just want to flip very quickly back to that baseball reference, guys, take a look at that OPS plus right there.
That's horrible.
I mean, that means that Bradley Zimmer is almost half of a player. You know, it's like he's literally almost half of an average player. And that sucks. Yeah. That really, really sucks.
Bradley Jr.,
Bradley Jr.
Yeah, but he is in the Bradley Zimmers category here, folks. Pretty garbage. Matt Chapman.
Interesting
fun.
one right here. I mean, obviously, really good with the defense. I think we can all agree. Pretty good. I actually haven't looked at his his saber metrics in a little while. So let's take a quick look. This is important because we keep saying like really good with the defense, and I do think it is.
He is.
But let's just like double check and like figure out what's up.
Yeah. But like just looking at the bat while that's loading, he's been very solid. His OPS plus his whole second half, he's really saved the season. A 122, 27 ding-dongs, second on the team. Yeah. Just a solid player, and what makes up for it, it's not as high as you'd expect, but I think he's just a solid, good player. Like, I almost want to say he's like an 86 in my mind.
Interesting, yeah. Like for me, personally, I was ready to label it elite.
Yeah.
But like the I don't know what this outs fucking above average thing is.
Because he looks incredible.
That's the thing.
Apparently he's not.
But apparently he's good. He's good, So in that regard, I'm gonna listen to the statistics on this one, and I will give him same as you. 85,
he's on the
86.
verge. Yeah. He was elite. And then, like, the injuries in the last few years. Falling down a bit.
Good season right now. Not incredible with the baseball bat, but a good season. And then, like, the above-average defense definitely makes up for it. So there's Matt Chapman there locking it in at the starter position. Yeah. Go along with this, everybody. I know that we have a few in here, and we're not necessarily reacting to all of them, so I apologize for that. But, like, definitely be like following along and like letting us know what you would do.
Yeah, I agree. So let us know about Adam Cimber here.
Adam Cimber. I really like Adam Cimber. Like I want to like Adam Cimber. I think.
Well, here's the thing. I think you're thinking about last year where it was a lot different.
I mean, here's the thing. I know that this has not been his best year.
Right, but it is, like you said, the relievers are very volatile.
I know that this has not been his best year. But I want to like him. But at the same point, he plays in tons of games. Got 10 W's. I don't know how the hell that's possible. Yeah. But I think that
he's good.
As far as I think he's probably a starter.
Yeah, like maybe an 83, 82.
Yeah,
like that feels right. Like I feel good. I don't feel incredible about him.
I don't feel Anthony Bass good. I don't feel Anthony Bass good.
I feel like good. Okay, here's a solid an 82. Here's an 82.
Like I'm not upset about it. You know, like,
exactly.
I'm like, let's throw Cimber out there. Like let's see what he can do today.
Let's see what he can do.
Most of the time he'll be pretty good. There will be the occasional game where obviously he gets blown up. But
he does get blown up, occasionally. But hey, 313 ain't bad. Whip ain't bad. The amount of innings ain't bad. He ain't bad.
Yeah.
He ain't bad.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, like, I'm happy that we have him on the team. Like, he was definitely, like, Adam Cimber was never the problem for us when it came to bullpen.
No.
He deserves to be rostered on any team and started. So, Adam Cimber's a starter.
How about Santiago Espinal?
Needs more playing time, man.
That's the problem. Like, he's splitting now with, like, Cam Major. Now he's on the injured list. He has a left oblique strain. So, like, great. Like, that's really shit for our defense.
Right.
And the bat, like, it was really off the top of the year, like, really good, like, above average. It's been slipping because he has been getting irregular playing time.
He's basically an average hitter right now.
And he's an average hitter, but with an above average glove.
Can we see the outs above average on this guy? I think it might blow some people away. I think it might blow. I haven't looked at it in quite a while, but it might be really good.
Oh, yeah. I think it is really good.
I think it's really good.
At least 95 plus.
I think it's going to be really good. Give it to me. Tell me that it's elite.
97.
Yeah.
See, so this is it. This is why I truly believe he's more than a bench guy.
Correct.
And I think he should be kind of around that Adam Cimber area, like 83,
I agree.
80.
Because let's evaluate this, right? he is right now, as far as OPS plus goes, an average hitter, like pretty much right at the 100 mark. Like he's got a better batting average, decent on base, low slugging, so that brings him down. But he's an average hitter, and then he is a far superior, way more than average defensive guy.
And everyone's saying it too. Low starter. That's right. I agree with the guy.
Low starter on Santiago for sure. Jimmy, sorry. I still do it every now and then.
I do, because it looks like Jimmy.
Yeah. Jimmy Garcia, though, great year for Jimmy, for sure. Great year for... Oh, maybe not.
See, it's the whip.
It's the whip, yeah.
He gives up the occasional, like, blow-up game, but the whip is really good. For me, and, like,
Can we see what he did the last few years? Sorry.
Yeah. But you see, the last few years, it's been like, Like, this is obviously you can write that off, but it's like, this is his best season. If you forget 2020, this is his best season.
I think. Okay, well, in my opinion, then I probably have him right around where Adam Zimmer is.
Yeah, I'd probably put him a bit higher because I do feel like he is a bit better than Adam Zimmer, and the team trusts him to be that way.
But like, how could we? Like, I know that the one category he's got right now is like
Adam Zimmer.
Like, by the whip. But the ERA, well, very mildly, though. Like, very, very mildly. And Adam Zimmer was elite last year, too. Like, way better than anything Jimmy Garcia's done. Like, they have to be around the same, right?
Yeah, I'd put like a Jimmy, like an 83, 84. Like, a slightly above, like, Adam Zimmer.
All right, fine. I don't know if I agree, but all right.
We'll go Kevin Gosman next. Kevin Gosman. What do we got for Mr. Kevin Gosman? Now, it's so funny, man. He's so rocky as of late. You know he has the highest BABIP in the entire MLB right now?
Yeah, I do know
But, like, he's not getting punished as much. He does. You do see him get punished quite a lot when it does come through. But he's able to escape a lot of jams. But regardless, you know, he's sitting right now at a 3.32 ERA and a 1.20. It's the 1.24 whip.
Yeah, like, he's definitely letting people on.
Yeah.
People are getting on. He does have a lot of strikeouts. You know, he does eat up innings for sure. Like I'm happy with him on the team. I like that we have him for sure.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one. It is definitely an interesting one.
I do think he's like elite, but not like high elite. Like he's like a lower elite.
I don't know. I mean, I think I'm going 86 starter in my opinion.
Really, I'm going like I'm one higher, 87.
Okay, well let's take a look at his numbers again though.
Yeah.
Like go to the previous seasons, right?
Yeah,
it's like
281.
Okay, that is pretty good. That's pretty good.
And then like he was trying to figure out his career, and it's not until the last like 3 years where he's really starting to figure it out. So you know what, like it is better than like what's his FIP? FIP's really good. That's what's messed up. His FIP is
like this guy's numbers doesn't make any sense. His BABIP is the highest in the league, but his FIP is really good.
Yeah.
But his WHIP is really high.
Yeah.
But his ERA's in the middle.
He's got great wipeout stuff, and like everyone's saying high elite, mid elite, mid elite.
He's definitely not
I don't think he's high elite.
Definitely not
I would go
elite.
like low elite and split the difference, like 87.
All right,
right behind Bo.
Yeah, okay, low elite. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I kind of view him as like very good player, but like you know, recently maybe I'm a little biased because recently a little bit tired. And also too, it's like I do feel like you know there are some times where it's like he's getting out of jams that it's like wow, like why did we get in that jam in the first place, sort of thing.
But he's still able to do it.
But he is still able to do it.
Yeah.
So all right,
next we got
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Now, last year, for everyone's reference, he was a Hall of Famer. He was the one Hall of Famer on this team. I don't think he is a Hall of Famer this season. We can say that because he needed to keep doing this season to be there.
Yeah, so again, to just preface this, right, it's like Hall of Fame, in our opinion, like we're harsh judges, you know, like we're not as flippant with our ratings as you know Madden is or something like that, you know. We do like to hold them pretty close to the chest. I think Hall of Famer is you are in the MVP conversation. Like for instance, if he had a like 915 OPS,
I'd still put him there. I'd still put him there,
you know, but
it's been a bad year. He's looking sloppy a little bit, like so he's making me question it, but he can easily get back there one day.
Definitely still elite. Definitely still elite, yeah.
He's definitely in the elite category.
I think he's probably the highest out of these guys.
Like I'd give him like a 91. Yeah, 91 this year.
91.
He's a 91.
Yeah, like that's, you know. Yeah.
Just because he's at Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And like he's slumping and looking like crap, yet he's still one of our best hitters on the team. Like that's why, you know.
Yeah. Okay, I agree with that.
And now he's injured, but I wanted to put him on here, and that's the Lord.
Oh, he's obviously got to be on here. Yeah.
So Lourdes, he's always a streaky guy, but at the end of the day, his numbers always round out. And this is actually one of his worst seasons this year.
It's interesting because it's just the power. Like it's very clear. It's actually, and this is how do you value a player, right? Because his batting average is great.
One of his best.
His on base is really good.
Yeah, but then
and his slugging's not there. You know, so it's like it really does come down to how do you evaluate the player. Now, in my opinion, I've always been of the mindset where it's like I would prefer higher batting average, higher on base, than a higher slugging and lower batting average, lower on base. So I'm not too butthurt about it. He's still, as far as OPS plus goes, having a really good year. You know, having a really solid year. I mean, I'm pretty confident that Lois Curiel Jr. is like a pretty mid-starter.
Like, I'd say like 84. Yeah. You know, like right over here.
Yeah, definitely. I think so. Like, I'm happy when I see him.
Yeah.
I know he can get the job done. And I don't really know what's going on with the power. I don't really understand that, I'll be honest.
I wonder if there's been a change in his approach. Like, I wonder if he's changed his approach.
Right. And I'm cool with it as long as you keep hitting 291 and higher than that.
Yeah,
you know, so,
I agree.
Like,
I agree.
Fine.
All right. Well, next we got Tiasco Hernandez. Here's another interesting one.
Yeah.
This one's tough.
Yeah. Tio's
having a bad year.
We all want Tio to be the man. And he's still doing good.
Still better OPS plus than Gurriel, but it's not what we've come to expect.
So it's a lower batting average. It's kind of a below average on base.
Yeah.
Decent slugging. And it all rounds out to be an above average hitter.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely not. It's not what I was hoping for sure, to say the least. Like you look at Tiasco Hernandez. I think a lot of us were thinking 30 home runs guaranteed.
Yeah.
Like we could
800 OPS at least.
Yeah, like I mean, like I don't think it would have been a horrible bet at the beginning of the year to bet on him to lead the league in RBIs. That could have been something that you were interested in, and I would have said totally, man. So definitely a disappointment, I think, from Gurriel, but we can't knock him too badly.
For Hernandez, I really would. I feel like he's around the same area.
I do think so as well, because I think that Tio probably started around where Bo is right now.
Yeah.
And has dropped. Has definitely dropped as the season has gone on. So he's right there.
Right
it's
there
like,
with Lord.
And that's why I think the big conversation is right now, okay, like which one out of Lord or Tio are we getting back? Are we getting back any of them? Are we getting back both of them? They're both starting players.
Yeah. I mean, Destroyer saying his strikeout percentage, though, and you're right. I mean, he's
it is fucking high.
Fucking
like,
really
it's
high.
really high. And that is, again, that's something to consider, right? It's like Tio's always had the high strikeout percentage, but we can forgive that when you have an 850 OPS plus.
And he doesn't, so
it's hard to forgive it when you're not doing as well. So he's definitely dropping, in my opinion. Hopefully he can pick it up.
Now, how about Danny Jansen? This is going to be a fun one to talk about. Fucking dirty hands Jansen. Obviously limited playing time, only 62 games. He's been injured this year. But in the games that he has played, he has shown to be a really great hitter. And if you look at his last year, too, like 772 OPS, 830 this year. Feels like he's starting to figure it out as an offensive player on top of the great catching.
Right.
What do you make of Dirty Hands Dan?
I mean, I think Dirty Hands at this point, like he's having a really nice year for a catcher right now. I'll be honest, like moving forward, I don't believe that, like, I truly think that we should trade him in the offseason because...
Trade has high value.
I don't think, like, let's face it, guys, look at his career slugging. Do we look at his career slugging? Look at what his slugging is right now. Like, do we think that, like, his 503 slugging is representative of his career?
Well, depends on if he made a change, right?
I agree. I don't really think it's going to stay that way, but I still think that this needs to be fucking acknowledged that he's kicking ass right now.
Yeah.
This is a high starter for me.
He's very high.
Like, this is like a high starter.
People in here are saying elite, even though he missed time, but that is the exact argument I'm going to use against this. I think we need just to see it for a full year. If this was a full year of this, he's elite to me now. but he isn't. I haven't seen it for a full year. I think he's got capabilities, but high starter. I'm going to put him right around, just under Matt Chapman, so it doesn't feel right putting him over him, but like 85, 86.
And I'll be honest, guys, that's why I want to get rid, like, ship him off now, because I love Dirty Hands. I believe, like, I like him. I think he's going to be good. I don't know if I believe that he'll be able to continue at this pace for this long, but we'll see.
We'll see. We don't know. We got to see it, right?
All right.
Kikuchi.
Yeah, we'll throw him right there. Yeah,
we don't even need to look at him. Let's just, like, we know this guy's garbage. We've said it so many times.
If there was a lower tier than Bradley Zimmer's, I'd put him there.
Kikuchi there.
Like, he sucks. He's the worst.
Yeah.
Moving on.
This one we do know. I think we both agree he's going to be elite.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we're going to look at the numbers.
I don't even give a fuck what the numbers say. Like, I know what I want.
I know he's elite. But how elite is he going to be?
I know it.
134 plus OPS, like, literally fantastic.
Look at the career numbers out of him, you know? Like, this is a really good player.
This is good. And here's the difference between him and Jansen. Jansen's just hitting it now. He's doing it like 3 years earlier in the career.
And he's done it the entire season long. He's played 129 games.
Yeah.
This is a real, like, the batting average is incredible. He's literally in the top 10 in the league in on base.
Yeah.
Which is, in my opinion, the most important stat for you to have. You need to get on base. He always works this is a guy, in my opinion, who is he
feels like a 90, 89, 90.
Like, I really believe he's
I'll
up there.
conservatively say 89 because it is the 1 year that we're seeing it. And obviously he has down parts of his game with his speed or whatever you want to make an argument about. But it's like the consistency with the at-bats. He is the best Blue Jay hitter. The consistency. It's incredible.
I do agree. Even though Vlad's OPS is higher than Kirk's this year, if you would ask me if you could have one Blue Jay this year, I would pick Kirk.
Oh, if you would have one Blue Jay in a critical situation in the game, I'm picking Alejandro motherfucking Kirk.
Me too, man. Yeah. It's like there is no moment that's too big for Kirk.
No, it's calm. It's consistent. It's like you'll see George swing too hard, Bo swing too hard, Vlad's chase sliders in critical moments. Never Kirk. Never would Kirk.
There's literally no moment that's too big, dude. Like this is, and that's honestly like this is a guy where it's like I see, like, this is obviously an exaggeration. But I see the fucking like Tom Brady level of ice in the veins.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know, no, like, I'm not even joking.
I'm like, when there's a runner on and we need this to win, Kirk's gonna get it done.
You know?
So
okay, let's move on to Manoah, because I already have two people in here. We got Temp and Aaron saying Manoah Hall of Fame.
It's close, but
it's very close.
I'm not sure if I'm there yet, but it's close. You know.
Yeah, because look, the WAR is incredible. We know the whip's incredible for a starter. 240 ERA all season long. He has been around this 240 mark.
Yeah.
The wins obviously amazing, and he has been doing it. Like, he literally has been doing it the entire time. But we need to. I think for me, the one thing is I need one more year. You know, just one more year to say Hall of Fame.
I think for me, it really does come down. This is just us being sticklers right now. Like, he's the best Blue Jay this year. He is the best Blue Jay this year. He is a top tier pitcher in the league.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna cycle it back to those NHL 23 rankings and just put in perspective that there were only 5 guys
in the entire league
who were 94 plus. And, you know, they've been doing it for some time.
Yeah.
I have Manoah right now at a 92, a 93 overall.
He's a 93
He's, like,
for me.
right there.
He's right there.
You know, like, honestly, if he kicks ass in the postseason.
And we go to the LDS. He destroys the Houston Astros.
Right.
Comes back next year, midway half season. He's dominating again, 220 ERA. Yeah, he's on his way to be a Hall of Famer.
Like, I think for me, it's like what's going to get you in the Hall of Fame is when everyone starts saying you're the best pitcher in the league. You're the best pitcher in the league. And he's on track.
He's on his way. Right? He's on his way.
But
93.
Right there. Tim Meza, really good year.
Tim Meza's having a good year. I like him. He's like kind of that middle relief guy. How do you feel when he walks out into the game? I feel pretty good. I feel solid.
Pretty good about it. Yeah, definitely better than I felt last year.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that Tim Meza, in my opinion, is a high starter.
A high starter. I agree. Like an 84.
Yep.
84. Let's throw him right between the two boys.
Yeah, sure.
There we go. Yeah, that one's easy. Merrifield. This one's sad because Merrifield is not.
Ooh.
He's a shell of his former self.
Oh,
he's not.
The war, bro.
It's the war. It's horrible.
God. The on base.
The on base is really low.
Oh my goodness.
He's got like, what are you? He has some speed now. He doesn't. He barely. Like, I don't want to say is he a Bradley Zimmer or is he a really low bench?
He might be a Bradley, bro.
I don't know. I don't know if he's like a Bradley. But like,
it's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. I'd say a 72 just because, again, the versatility, he can steal a bit. He's not getting the playing time. I want to say he's like a 72, like right on the cusp. I don't know. What do you guys think?
It's tight. All right. I mean, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
But just no.
I don't see him and go, oh. I see him and I still have a bit of hope.
I hear what you're saying, but I'm wondering if that could be us just being stupid. And maybe he is just
no, I mean, he is way better than like Bradley Zimmer and JBJ.
What's Bradley Jim or what's JBJ's WAR? I thought
he
it
was also really bad.
Was it higher than?
Well, it could be the defense. Yeah, it could be.
Because that's the thing, like.
But like the bat is better with wit. 72, 74, saying people.
All right, put him low bench, but just be aware that
he's on the cusp.
You're right.
He's on the cusp of Bradley Zimmer territory.
You're right, looking there.
Is this Tyler Saucedo?
I think that is Merriweather.
Oh, Merrifield, right? Okay.
Merriweather.
Merriweather. You're right. Yeah, this guy blows. I think we don't even need to look. He's a fucking.
Definitely not lower than Kikuchi though. Yeah.
No, right there.
Yeah, Kikuchi is the
garbage.
lowest. Kikuchi is the lowest.
Yeah.
This is David Phelps.
I like me some David Phelps.
Definitely
Let's
like
remind
me
ourselves.
some David Phelps right here.
David Phelps is obviously a solid guy when he comes out. His whip is really high, but that's the thing. He is that's what he is for his job. The ERA is he's gotten blown up a little bit.
Okay, it's not as good as I thought it was.
And I think he's played accordingly. Like he's always like the first guy out of the pen in like a late or like an early pull situation or like we're losing situation.
Low starter.
So he's a low starter right over here, right at the lowest of low. He's an 80 to me. He's an 80.
Who's that? Zach Pop.
That's Zach Pop, baby.
Okay.
And now Zach Pop. Look, I know we love Zach Pop's. I love Zach Pop's potential. He is better, in my opinion, than like a David Phelps. So right around it, he can be very picky.
Right.
And the career has showed like he's been getting better. I mean, only 2 seasons, but he's getting better. For me, maybe he's a 79, like he's the highest of bench, because that is kind of what he is. What do you think?
I mean, if we're going off of just the numbers here, like I think we have to go the same as David
route?
Phelps. I will.
Okay, yeah.
I think that the one argument that you could make for Zach Pop not being a starter is the amount of innings that he gets pitched. But I'll be honest, like I think that that's more of just like the management
he
being
hasn't gotten
dumb,
the job yet.
And like I think I keep saying I'm just like, where's Zach Pop? Like why are we not pitching Zach Pop right now? Like I keep saying that, so I think that's more of like people being stupid.
Yeah.
So I could go either way.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see bench. But
I could see the low starter too. People are saying 75, 77, 78 high bench Pop.
Is that okay? Yeah, because I think those are for.
Those are coming in when like these we were
okay,
here.
Okay, sorry. High bench Pop, he might increase next season. He's Canadian.
Pop mid bench because his low game. I think just for the fact, and people in the chat are making a good point. Just the fact that he's literally played like a bench bullpen, if that's even such a thing. Like I'd give him like a 79, like right on the cusp.
And again, like I don't think that's anything to do with his talent.
No, nothing to do with him.
If I'm manager, I play him more than he gets played. Put him higher than Burios, though.
Yeah, he's the highest of the bench.
Yeah,
he's better than Burios.
That's sad. That's really sad. Trevor Richards.
Oh God, I think we know, but let's just remind ourselves because he has been doing better.
It's been weird.
It's been a weird season for Trevor Richards.
Like pretty bad.
Overall, he's been. Oh, never mind. 573 ERA. You are now a Bradley Zimmer. I don't even know who's worse.
I think he's worse than Merriweather.
All right,
could be
there
wrong.
you go.
Or maybe I'm wrong actually.
I think Merriweather is a bit worse.
Yeah.
All right, Bradley Zimmer from Merriweather.
Fuck, they're so bad.
Jordan Romano.
Okay.
Now he did blow a save, so let's not let that like cloud our judgment right now. He did blow it recently.
He's also got 34 on the
34.
season. How many blown saves does he have? Does it show us?
4.
It should show us here, right?
I think there's saves.
Do they not have that? It's dumb.
Damn, that is.
They don't have that.
That is kind of stupid.
Okay, I wish I could see that stat, but it might be advanced pitching. Is it advanced pitching? No. Okay, never mind.
I think it's like 4 or something. 4
right,
or 5.
right, yeah.
Which isn't horrible, but look, I mean, look at just
Still
overall
very,
numbers
very good,
is fantastic.
you know, like I think that this is, he comes in the critical moments. Regardless, he's always ready. I'm happy that he's on the team. I think he is, a low to mid elite,
and he's been showing it. You know,
I think he's like a low to mid elite.
Yeah, I think I do like him a bit better than Bass just because of put
him right there.
You know,
he's right there.
Right there.
That's where
he's our closer. He's our guy. He's a 90. You know,
George
Springer. This is a fun one.
Interesting
folks.
one. Where do we have George Springer? Everybody, this is a contentious one.
Now George has increased. It was below 800. It's back exactly 800. It's going to change tonight, obviously. I like George as the defender. Great defender.
Incredible defense, yeah.
You know, and he's got great speed. He's a very smart player. He gives you consistent at bats in George Springer respective. You know, like he will swing hard. He will make great contact. You know, he will strike out not a lot, but a little bit. You know, he's not like calm like Kirk. He's just a good player in my mind. Last year I would have said he's an elite for sure. This year, I almost want to put him on the fringe between him. I want to put him somewhere obviously in the fringe here. Who do you think's better, Bo or George?
That's what I was just debating between. I was like, I think, it's tough, it is. Now that we're down to the wire, I'm like, okay, does Bo belong there? Does Springer belong there? Who is who right now? Where do you? Does Gosman belong there?
I still think Springer is a low elite, like an 88, 87 because of who he is and what he brings and everything.
I think I can definitely be convinced of that. I think that, and I mean, again, it hasn't been a horrible year. I think that something that needs to be factored in is the fact that, his health is a problem.
And
health
has caused him to go down.
Yeah, exactly, right. But I mean that you're just gonna get that with Springer, and that's almost like an added attribute. It's like if we're playing a fucking video game right now, it's like -5 because of health, and I'm like, well, fuck me. So
and everyone's saying here, they're saying 90, 92, and
is that good?
Now, I think he started. My expectations was 90.
Yeah.
But because the injury is going down, so I'm gonna say he's we'll say 89, 88. I think
right around Bo.
I do think around Bo, but maybe a bit better. Maybe just in my biased opinion, just because he's been all season. I know exactly that's what I'm getting.
Yeah, I probably still in a critical moment. I'd rather have him than Bo Bichette.
I would rather have him than Bo Bichette. Absolutely.
And on the season, I probably like him a bit better.
It's funny in terms of hitters. It actually not this would flip, but I'd go Kirk, Vlad, him, Bo. That would be my order of who I'd want.
Yeah, I'll be honest. The only just because if we're going based off of just this season, Vlad should be right around where Bo and Springer is.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think because his name value and it's Guerrero,
and you can give it to George Springer too. The name value,
bit of a name value there. Right? I still think that he is good and whatever.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
All right, Ross Stripling.
Now this is a fun one, and we're gonna wrap this up soon, guys. We have to go to our live very shortly. So if you guys want to watch the game live, it's on our YouTube channel. We're in live in 20 minutes. Ross Stripling, incredible year. This is a breakout year. Earlier this year, I think even last year, we said he was a high bench. That's what we kind of said he was. I think I remember us saying that.
Right.
But now this year, he's breaking out. He's doing his thing. What do you think about Ross Stripling?
I think that Ross Stripling now has earned his way up to be about an 85 in my opinion. 85, 86.
85, 86.
Starter,
That's what I like.
Let's also, figure in the fact that everything, he was bad last year. He was bad the year before that, for what he is. He does everything, so you got to factor that in as well.
Exactly.
But he also, too, if Gosman is going to be a low elite, is what we're saying.
If Gosman's a low elite.
You've also pitched about 40 to 50 innings less than Gosman.
Yeah.
And about the same quality, too. So you can't be as good as
Like,
Gosman, you know. So yeah.
And to everyone in the chat, like, yes, Stripling is having a way better season than Kevin Gosman in terms of his numbers.
Not
like,
horribly better though. Like I mean, Gosman's whip is definitely higher.
It's way higher, yeah.
But,
And like I think the consistency, and it's a bit of bias recency, that Stripling has been way better in the August,
the last
September
2 months for sure.
Than Gosman. Gosman's had like a 4.40 ERA in the last 2 months. Like
maybe Gosman just doesn't finish the years properly because that's what happened to him last year too.
That's exactly right.
It's just like he doesn't finish well.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe I don't know if it's an endurance thing or just like people are like starting to catch on sort of thing.
Yeah,
like I don't know, but
I mean, yeah, I like him there. I think like if he does it again in his career, like he's up into the lower elite category.
Right.
If he does this level.
Right.
All right, Ramel Tapia.
Oh,
this feels like a solid bench guy.
This
feels like a solid bench in my opinion.
Right here.
And this is exactly what we're expecting. Look at his career.
Yeah.
This is pretty much what he is.
It's actually below average.
Below average.
Sucks, but like you're definitely a bench.
He's better than Cavan, I'd say. Yeah, that's what he is. All right, Mitch White. Mitch White's been getting blown up.
It's been bad
He's been
recently.
getting blown up.
I mean, people are like going crazy in the fucking comments about Mitch White.
Oh my
I've
God.
been sticking with him. I'm sticking with my guy right now.
But it's like I can't. If we're all trusting the numbers here, it's like it's been shit. I don't think he's a Bradley Zimmer. But that's just my bias. That's my bias playing. If I forget who this man is when I saw this, I go, yeah, like he had a good, but he barely played. I know.
Okay, here's the problem. If he's a Bradley Zimmer, Merrifield's a Bradley Zimmer. You know? So it's like, let's decide right now. Are they both Bradley Zimmers or are they both low benches?
I was going to say he's like a 73, 72.
Right.
Kevin's saying 70.
Yeah, like if he, that's the thing. Like I think they're the same, you know, like they're fucking same right now. So like if he's that, then Merrifield's also got to be that.
Yeah, you're right. Let's put him there. All right, and then last but not least is Bradley Zimmer. I think he wins the award. Is he worse than Kikuchi? He's pretty fucking garbage.
But he does have good defense. You can't
say
say that
that's true.
about
You can't
Kikuchi.
say about Kikuchi. Okay, one higher. The most Bradley Zimmer is Kikuchi.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kikuchi's definitely the most Bradley Zimmer.
So guys, this is our team, and this kind of puts it in perspective for me. We have really big, top-heavy guys. No superstar like Hall of Famers.
Right.
But then don't really have a bench. We should have a bunch of shit guys. Like a real bunch of shit guys.
We do have like a bunch of dudes there where it's like if I see you, and here's the thing, like think about those guys right now. If I see Richards, White, Kikuchi, or fucking Merriweather, we're gonna lose. If Bradley Zimmer's in the game, then it's only literally in the 9th, or if he's getting pitched, or if he's getting hit earlier than that, we're gonna lose.
Yeah.
They're bad.
So the team for me this year, and this is kind of how I felt, but I love that we do these rankings because then we can kind of see it on paper. This is what the team has felt like this year. It has felt like very, like, not, I don't want to say top heavy because it's like there's no like shining superstars on our team. We have a lot of elites for sure. We have a lot of elites, a lot of starters, but the depth is really missing because we miss out on that big bench area, and it's just Bradley Zimmers everywhere.
And here's the thing. I think that if you really wanted to be a bit of a stickler, like, I could understand the argument if somebody was, like, taking Kevin Gosman, Bichette, and George Springer and put them into the high starter category. Yeah. I could get that.
Yeah.
I could actually understand that. So, and I mean, even that, like, it's just, if we feel like, as a team, a starter, like a high starter.
We're a high
That's
starter
what I felt
team.
like this whole year.
That's what it's felt like.
I've been like, we're a high starter team.
Yeah, we're a high starter.
And that's what most of our guys are.
Yep,
so that kind of makes sense. You know?
Well, guys, let us know in the comments down below what you thought about this stream. We're going to be going live in about 15 minutes. Like, probably we gotta transfer the set over, so it might take us a little bit longer. We might be a little bit late for our show. We're going to be watching along the Tampa Bay Rays versus Toronto Blue Jays. So, guys, meet us there. Hope you enjoyed this rating video, and let us know if we disagree or agree with our ratings.
Yeah, exactly. Please like, subscribe. You know the drill. We would really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching.
And
go Jays, go!